Galaw-gaw, kay harot-harot tingnan, maliksi, di mapigil ang gaslaw. Galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot at pakialam. Galaw-gaw, kung tawagin siya'y ganyan, kang karot.
We are amazed by your steadfast grace for allowing SSS to continue and contribute to our nation's growth and be a pillar in improving the quality of life of fellow Filipinos. Father, SSS would not have been standing strong up to this day without your guidance, wisdom, and grace amidst all the challenges we face, especially in times of adversity. We thank you for strengthening the trust among our members and our beloved employers, our media partners throughout the years. Thank you for touching their hearts to make significant contribution and immense support to SSS. Continue to empower us with your wisdom to govern as we go to our work every day with a heart that is ready to serve. May your generous heart always set as a good example for us to help those who are in need. May we always glorify you in every task assigned to us. Remind us that we are not just doing this for ourselves, but for the common good of people. We pray for your guidance and sustenance. May you lead SSS to continue being a blessing to our beloved members. We bring back all the glory to you, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Tulad mo'y isang ilog na nagbibigay ng buhay. Patuloy kang dumadaloy sa panahon, sumasabay. Paglilingkod kong handog sa'yo, tapat at taimtim. Patuloy pa, walang tigil, upang matupad ating layunin. SSS, Social Security System. Ako'y maglilingkod sa'yo ng taas noon. Gagabay, kaibigan, kabalikan sa pagbabago, kabalikan, magpakailanman. Sa puso at diwa, tayo'y magkaisa. Katulong sa pagpunlan ng mahal nating bansa. Hatid ko ito's pusong serbisyo sa manggagawang Pilipino. Malugod kong iaalay aking talino at husay upang misyon mo ay matamo. Serbisyo at ipagmamalaki sa mundo. SSS, Social Security System. Ako'y maglilingkod sa'yo ng buong puso. Gagabay, kaibigan, kabalikan sa pagbabago, kabalikan, magpakailanman. Kabalikan, magpakailanman.
To formally start po our program, may I call on PCEO EMMANUEL D for his opening statement.
Actually, we have prepared our opening statement, but we'll just distribute them to you. I will just speak from our heart. I recall, then President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when the Social Security law was signed by him after it was approved by the U.S. Congress in 1935. He said, even if U.S. Congress had not done anything, nor will do anything after this law was passed, just this single piece of legislation is enough to make this Congress historic. Ganyan po ang kahalagahan ng Social Security Law. Kaya ito pong Social Security ay ginaya natin, Hindi naman masama ang manggaya. We adopted it so that when President Manuel Rojas was, I think, inaugurated, he talked about Social Security as a centerpiece of his agenda in government. Pero sa kasamaang palad, ito po ay hindi natapos sapagkat namatay siya habang nagtatalumpati sa Clark. But this vision to set up a Social Security was continued by his predecessors. Kaya naipasa po ang batas September 1 at nilagdaan na ng Pangulo September 1, 1954. Pero hindi po ito na-implement sapagkat maraming sektor ang kumokontra. Isa na po yung mga employers, yung iba mga empleyado rin. Sapagkat akala nila pabigat ang magbigay ng contribution sa SSS. Kaya finally, it was implemented September 1, 1957. Kaya ngayon po, ipinagdiriwang natin, bagamat nabalam tayo ng 5 araw, tuwing Setyembre 1 ang anibersaryo ng SSS. Sabi nga po doon sa kanta kanina, katulad namin isang ilog na patuloy na dumadaloy. You are like a river that continues to flow through time. You are now 60 years old. Kumbaga sa miyembro natin, sila ay pwede nang magretiro. Pero kami po sa SSS ay hindi namin gagawin yan. Sapagkat kami ay andito para magserbisyo. Maraming papalit sa amin. Kaming mga commissioners sa SSS. We come and go. But SSS will remain forever to be at your service. So makaasa po kayo sa mga darating pang panahon, kami, 10 ng aking mga kasamahan, mga magigiting na mga commissioners, higit lalo ang aming butihing chairman, ay nakalaang maglingkod sa inyo ng tapat at ng mahusay.
Thank you, President DOOC. And now, for his opening statement, Chairman DEAN AMADO VALDEZ.
Alam nyo na, ang totoo niyan, hindi pa ako nagsasalita. Alam na ng mga kaibigan natin yung sasabihin ko. But I'm happy you are here and share this moment. Yung birth kasi ng SSS is the birth of enlightened love. That love is very far-reaching. Pag nag-contribute ka ngayon, you will feel the love when you retire. Kaya it's far-reaching. So between that fruition of that love and the time that we start contributing, yung love na yun comes from the employees of the SSS. Officials of the SSS, nandito sila ngayon. Yung SVP namin sa international, si Miss C, marami kaming problema sa controllership dahil napakaigpit po nito. Si Miss LB, Commissary. And I'm happy yung higpit niya is the benchmark of how we try to husband and pag-ingatan itong fiduciary obligation ho natin as officials of the SSS. Ito naman si Mr. Layson, he has done a critical job with the SSS, pero hanggang ngayon, maski marami ng technology nagawa, hindi pa rin ho tayo satisfied. He can go home at night satisfied because he has done his work for the day. But when you speak of vision, yun hong aspiration ng SSS, that upon the push of your finger, makikita mo na, bayad na ba ako sa SSS ngayong buwan na ito. Yun ho ang aming objective. Isang pindot lang ho sa website, lalabas na bayad ka na. Isang pindot sa website, malalaman mo, your employer is not paying. Why? Because yung up-to-date payment, yun ang gustuhan mangyari. Because we are thinking of pre-approved loans, for example, na hindi ka na mag-a-apply, you have complied 6 months, bayad ka, you have an ID, i-swipe mo lang, you get from the bank your loans. Eh yun ho ang ini-insist ni Madam Annie Kitain because she used to be a worker herself in the SSS. At alam niya yung sentiment ho ng mga kababayan natin. So yung 60 years ho, we have reached this point where it's no longer just a dream. It's already a reality that a person, when he retires, 65, wala na siyang problema. Halimbawa, magigising siya ng morning. He wants to travel, may pension siya. Without thinking about tomorrow. And this applies to everybody, lalo na sa members of the press. Kasi wala namang end ang trabaho ng members of the press. Because the things that you have to report, the things that you have criticized, it will always be there. The perfection of a journalist is when he can still criticize. That is the calling of the journalist. Kaya mga journalists na sa profession, artists, nagbigay ho kami ng isang corner dyan for them to hold office para ma-monitor ho nila. So if you can organize ho itong mga journalists, radio, lahat ng media, sabihin lang nyo sa amin, we could have an office for you, waiting for you just to be able to monitor and apply yung tinatawag nating SSS benefits. Ganun ho ang ating para hong Marines. For the next 60 years, the spirit that we want to nurture is the spirit of the Marine. Walang may iwanan. No single Filipino, when he becomes old, iiwanan siya ng society. And this is an advocacy. Kami, we are just here, but we are trying to lay the foundation of that culture pagdating ng panahon. No Filipino will be no old man or no pensioner. Kasi ang old man it's changing, di ba, Ariel? Yung old man ngayon is 90 years old na eh. Yun ang 90 years old, yung 80 years old, it's just the beginning of his adolescence. So yun ho ang aming advocacy, and you are part of this 60 years anniversary. And you are part of the dream for another 60 years. More than us, kayo ang media. Kayo ang bearer of message. Kaya we love the media. You are part of our message. You are brothers and sisters of the SSS. You are SSS.
Thank you.
You are SSS. Kaya maraming salamat ho for you are here. We hope that you will hear the President also how he will try to siguro, I don't know if he will praise us, he will scold us. Lahat ho na ho. Murahin kami. It's okay, we are prepared for that as long as presence here. That presence alone will inspire us. Will inspire these people. Will inspire our Commissioner Gonzalo Duque, who is the brother also, the mentor of the chairman of this JSIS. Part of our celebration was to invite our colleagues Pinimbitahan ho namin si Chairman Duque para some exchange of ideas with best practices. Because we want, whether we are best or not, but we want to be better. We want to achieve perfection. Maski man lang sa aspiration, we want to be perfect. We cannot be perfect siguro, but if we ask for the stars, we will reach the moon. And this is the next 60 years. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Chairman. We would like to acknowledge po two of our commissioners, the Social Security Commission. Binanggit na rin po sila ni Chair Amado Valdez, Commissioner Annie Kitain, she's representing the labor sector po, and Commissioner Gonzalo Duque. I'd like to introduce lang po. Sir, acknowledge lang po natin who are the media people present here today. Just a quick rundown po. We have Dale De Vera and Lito Cunanan, Maricel Halili from TV5, Glee Halea from Manila Times, si Angela Celis from Malaya, Kurt Lintan, Anselmo Aguilar, Diosdado Aquino, Nomer Ramores from ABS-CBN, G. Marcelo, L. Ascanio, M. Vargas, GMA and DCBB, Tricia Terade, Mr. Apostol, Mr. Rollo from CNN, Jean Pasco of ABS-CBN, Roberto, sorry sir ha, from DCBB and GMA, and we also have people from UNTV, Rosalie, Conrad, and Fabian. Eden Santos, Romel Lumbao, Mr. Antonio, Miss Pecalkin from Net25, Ben De Vera from PTI, Bernard Mimosa from DZRJ, Mr. Paglinawan from DZRD, Lori Joy Diaz from Radyo Pilipinas, Juby De Guzman, Victor Salonga from DWBL, Chino Leco from Manila Bulletin, Marieta Robles from LBPI, Rhea Pu from Business Mirror, Mr. Padawan from News TV5, Tito Jimmy Hill from DZWBGMA7, Fred Gabot from Philippine Today USA, Pia Gutierrez, Carlo Dionisio, and Lito Alaban from ABS-CBN. Mr. Kit from KITV Philippines, Mr. John Paulo Bencio from MST, Francis Anuel from UNTV, Catherine Talavera from Philstar, Anthony Lahik from GMA7, and Carlo and Eleonora from KTV Philippines. We would like to acknowledge the presence po of one of our commissioners representing the employers group, Commissioner Pompey Lavina. We'll start the open forum now. Mr. Jimmy Hill will start the open forum. Mr. Jimmy Hill from DZWBGMA7.
Dean Amado D, what aroused my interest was you mentioned something like the use of DOOC technology in acknowledging whether my employer is paying, collecting from him and paying to them. When can you realize that? Do you have a time frame for that?
Alam niyo, nagbigay ako ng deadline na ka-GB. Sabi ko, we assume 6 months. But unfortunately, when I look into the problem, one problem, for example, is some collection agencies, mga banks. They do not remit it immediately to us. Pino-float nila for 1 month, halimbawa. For 15 days, 1 month. Pag hindi pa natin nare-receive, siyempre hindi naka-appear doon sa account ng member. So, that is one big problem that we want to solve. Yung posting. Because even if it's already paid, bayad na ho. Actually, bayad na yung employer, to no fault of the employer. Pag nag-remit na sila sa mga collection agencies, hindi nila i-remit agad. So, that is one area that we want to solve. Ang isang problema dito, meron kasing system na sinasabi ni Joel na form that they have to follow, hindi na sinusunod. Kaya, we form a task force on this real-time posting. Titignan namin kung paano namin masusunod. Mahal siguro hindi 100% ka-GB, but at least man lang kung 70% pwede natin sabihin may substantial compliance.
Hindi mo ba sila pwedeng bigyan ng time frame? Let's say 15 days upon, let's say upon
Actually,
remittance
sa
issue.
contract yata is 15 days eh. But ang gusto nating real time na ngayon is siguro following day. So pag binayad ng employer, the following day, kailangan naka-post na. So it's a challenge. Kaya yung mga officers natin dyan is siguro paano ba namin gagawin yun. So yun yung pinag-aaralan na yun. Pero tama ko kayo dyan, kailangan yung 15 days, we want it to be 1 day.
Para makamutangan kami.
Si Kajiri. Hindi mo na kailangan yung Kajiri.
Mr. Ariel Ayala po.
My question is about sa contribution. Right now, maximum yata is 16,000. If I will be a father at age 55, nag-retiro ako, kawawa ang aking anak. Ang budget ko sa kanya, remnants or shadow of what I used to earn. Ang tanong ko po, pwede ba itaas? Napakarami pong sumuswerte ng 50,000, 100,000. Yet we are not allowed para magdagdag ng contribution sa SSS.
In fact, we have received similar questions. Although, marami rin naman ang naririnig natin na medyo umaangal kapag naririnig na tataasan ang contribution. Yung po inyong katanungan kasi, tataasan yung, kailangan taasan yung maximum salary credit. Nasa ilalim ng ating Social Security Law ngayon, ay umaabot lamang sa maximum na 16,000. So yun po ang aming limitasyon sa SSS. Dahil maraming nagtatrabaho sa pribadong kumpanya o maging self-employed, kahit na yung mga OFWs, lalo yung mga seafarers, ang sahod po niyan ay higit ulabi sa maximum na nakatakda sa batas na 16,000. Kaya ang nakukuhang benepisyo ay limitado rin dahil maliit naman yung contribution at yung maximum salary credit na nakadeklara. Kaya ayan po, hindi namin mapabago, wala kaming poder ang aming komisyon. Bagamat sila ay siguro ang aming collective desire is to really increase it para matagdagan yung tatanggaping benepisyo. Kailangan po niyan amyendahan yung ating batas. At kaya po ngayon, isinusulong namin ang amendments ng Social Security Law. Pag yan po ay naisakatuparan, ang kapangyarihan po na magtakda ng salary cap ay maaari na naming taasan. In fact, we already have a proposal na isinumiti namin sa mahal na Pangulo. Dahil wala pang batas, ay kung pwede, siya na ang magtaas niyan by way of issuing an executive order. Pero nakasalang na po yung bill. Malapit na pong maisabatas yan. At kung yan ay mangyayari, umasa kayo na titingnan namin agad ang inyong naipaabot na concern sa amin. Pero kahit po wala pa yung batas na yan, meron na po tayong paraan yung mga may kakayahan na magdagdag o magbayad ng mas mataas na kontribusyon sa pamamagitan ng paglalagak ng kanilang savings sa aming peso fund. Ito po ay ginawa namin, bagong programa ito, na talagang nakalaan sa mga miyembro namin na may kakayahang magbigay ng mas mataas na kontribusyon. Gagawin po ninyo, magpapa-enroll kayo sa peso fund at huhulugan ninyo, parang naghuhulog din kayo ng ordinaryong kontribusyon at yan ay makakredit sa inyong peso fund account. At kung kayo ay magre-retiro na o kakailanganin ninyo yung pera, yan po ay inyong makukuha.
Yung pong peso fund, pagkakaalam ko, tinax yan eh. Nung nakaraang BIR commissioner, yung peso fund. So, how can this be the same as my contribution? Peso per peso.
Alam nyo, binanggit nyo yung nakaraang commissioner ng BIR, Kim Inares. Pero ayon sa aking mga kasama, ay tax exempt daw po yung produktong yun. Sapagkat sa ilalim ng batas, ang anumang kontribusyon at ang anumang benepisyo na tatanggapin, ibabayad o ibibigay ng SSS related to their contribution and investment will be tax-free. Although ngayon po, yan ay pinag-uusapan sa Kongreso.
Ms. Juby from DWDL po.
What if member po dati ng OFW, pero po ang dineclare lang ay volunteer? Ano po ba yung pwedeng gawin doon? Unang-una, ang tagal na hong tumigil. Meron na hong 12 years na hindi nakapaghulog. Makakasurvive po ba yung paghulog doon? Kasi may nag-advise po na kailangan daw bayaran yung mga kakulangan. Yun po ba ang dapat gawin? O may bago kayong proseso bilang sa, dahil po sa bagong pamumuno, baka meron po kayong mas update doon sa ganong kakulangan na isang miyembro na gaya po ng OFW?
Yung pong pagbabayad ng kontribusyon ay nahahati sa dalawang bahagi. Una, kung kayo ay formally employed, obligasyon po ng employer at ng employee na magbayad ng kontribusyon. Kaya kung may mga buwan na nakaligtaan niya o hindi siya nakapagbayad, obligasyon po ng dalawa, both the employer and the employee, ayon sa kanilang sharing na 2/3 and 1/3 of the 11% rate, na punuan yung mga nakalipas na hindi nabayaran. Ngayon, kung nasabi nyo na voluntary member na yung katulong, yung voluntary member po, hindi pwedeng magbalik bayad. Hindi po pwede. Kung huminto siya, pag nagbayad sa uli, dahil nakakuha na naman siya ng bagong pagkakakitaan o hanap buhay, magsisimula lang uli yung pagbayad niya doon sa panahon na employed na siya at na-report na balik trabaho na siya. Yung OFW po, voluntary member. Although sa ngayon po, may panukala na gawing compulsory member na ang OFW.
Kasi po, Mr. President,
Pero yung OFW po, maaaring magbayad ng advance o balikan niya, pero sa limitadong panahon lang, within the year. Pwede
Hindi po,
gawin yan.
nagkataon po na yung
Pero
OFW
kung labis na po sa nakapagdang panahon o period, hindi na pwedeng balikan pa
Hindi na.
yung buwan na mahaba ng hindi nabayaran.
Gusto ko lang pong i-clarify, Mr. President, yung pong OFW ay iba-ibang mo ang employer. And unfortunately, hindi po sila nakakapaghulog yung employer nila. So, gusto po nila na, kaya po nag-apply ng volunteer dahil nga po, wala pong natanggap na hulog mula doon sa dati nilang employer.
Yan
Salamat
pong
po.
problemang nabanggit nyo ay kasalukuyan tinatalakay sa committee ni Senador Gordon. Sapagkat kinikilala po namin na hindi karaniwan ang sitwasyon ng OFW. Unang-una, hindi namin nasasaklaw ang employer dahil foreign employer po ito. Mahirap ipatupad o pilitin silang magbayad, di ho ba? Pangalawa, nabanggit nyo nga, maaring pabago-bago ng employers at yan ay magdudulot ng kaguluhan sa bahagi ng nag-a-administer ng membership, no? So, pero yan po ay pinag-uusapang mabuti ng mga sektor na involved katulad ng POEA, Department of Labor, SSS, pati na po yung committee ni Senador Gordon. At yan po, inaasahan namin na maaabot namin ang sitwasyon na iyang mga concerns nyo ay ating mabibigyan ng solusyon.
Galaw-gaw, kay harot-harot tingnan, maliksi, di di mapigil ang gaslaw, galaw-gaw, ang lahat ginagalaw, napakaharot at pakialam, galaw-gaw.